Hello, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. You are welcome once again to our النحو الواضح lessons. Inshallah, in this lesson we look at همزتا الوصل والقطع. I think previously, what did we even discuss? We discussed mazid al-ruba'i. Okay, so it is in line. You need to know the differences between the hamazat. We have hamzatul wasl and hamzatul qata. And so you need to know the differences between them. Please, as I've been advising, Nahu is a builder. Okay, you don't just speed up and finish a material. You need to understand every single concept that you approach. Understand it very well. Don't let anything pass you. And when you don't understand any concept, you ask. Okay, till you find solutions. What I want you to understand again is that we have Nahu and we have Ma'ani Nahu. We have grammar, and then we have the meanings that that grammar is supposed to give us. Just like the sort that we learn, you just learned a number of meters. These meters, what do they mean? Okay, so you know there is taf'ala, you know there is if'ala, you know the fa'ala, mufa'ala, all these things. When a word fall on this meter, what is the possible meaning? What are they supposed to convey? Okay, so we have ma'ani from the concept that we learn. We have meanings that emanates from the concept that we learn. So this is our first step, learning the concept, and then we later get to understand the meanings the concept give. I was giving an example sometime, maybe this will make it clearer to a couple of students. Now I was telling them, when you have a nominal sentence, you say you have a nominal sentence whose khabar is a verbal sentence. Like you have al-waladu yal'abu. Of course, as you've been told, yal'abu is a verbal sentence on its own. It happens to come here as the khabar for al-waladu. So the boy is playing, but in grammar, it means al-waladu yal'abu huwa. The fa'il is expected after the verb. So al-waladu yal'abu huwa. What it means is that when I have al-waladu yal'abu, I actually have three words. And I actually have two sentences. I first have my nominal sentence al-waladu yal'abu, and I have the yal'abu huwa in it. And compare that to yal'abu al-walad. If I should change that to yal'abu al-walad, the boy is playing. This is not the same concept. Yal'abu al-walad is just the fi'l and its fa'il. Khalas. So when you compare, you realize that the nominal sentence with the verbal sentence khabar, or with the verb khabar, is stronger than the verbal sentence. But in everyday meaning, when I say al-waladu yal'abu, and when I say what is the difference between al-waladu yal'abu and yal'abu al-walad, you would be pushed to tell me it's the same thing. It means the same thing. But in essence, the al-waladu yal'abu gives more strength to the meaning than the yal'abu al-walad. And these are part of the analysis. These are the things, these are the goals. These are where this is where we want to reach. Understand it in the sense that we can bring out the deeper meaning, so that when you take the Quran, when you take the Hadith, you know how to draw out meanings. Okay, so we look at Hamzata al-Wasli wal-Qata. So that is the two Hamazat, al-Wasl and al-Qata. We have Hamzatul Wasl and we have Hamzatul Qata. Okay, basically, even before we go in, Hamzatul Wasl is the alif without Hamza on top of it. Just call it alif. And then Hamzatul Qata is the alif with Hamza on it, or Hamza. It is Hamza itself. Okay, Hamza can come on different seats. That is what we call the Hamzatul Qata. Al-Amsila, he says, Sami'tu darsa fantabahtu. So be paying attention to every alif that you see. You see, this is an alif. This is also alif. Every alif at all, just be looking at them. And then also, don't let the hamazat also escape you. We have hamazat in here. We have something like iza here. Okay, you see iza, another iza here also is a hamza. You see a couple of them with hamza on top of it. Okay, you pay attention to these things. Sami'tu darsa fantabahtu. I heard the lesson and I paid attention. I heard the lesson and I paid attention. Intabahtu. I got alerted and paid attention. Intabahtu lid-dars. I paid attention to the lesson. Intabaha bimana, to pay attention or to be alert. Okay. حربت الصديقة. جربت. I think this my PDF has an issue with. It's supposed to be جربت الصديقة. Please you could check from your end if it is جربت or حربت. It's supposed to be جربت الصديقة. I tested my friend. I tested the friend. واختبرته, and I tried him. Okay. اختبرت الصديقة. I tried my friend, or I tested my friend. I examined my friend to know whether it's good or not. Okay. Yes, إذا سمعت الدرس فانتبه. If you hear the lesson, pay attention. Yes, انتبه للدرس. Pay attention to the lesson. إذا صادقت فاختبر. If you make friend, test them. إذا صادقت فاختبر. If you make friendship, then test. What it actually means is, if you make friendship with someone, test the person. It says اختبر الصديقة. Test the friend. سررت من انتباهك. سررت من انتباهك. انتباهك سرني. I got excited with your attention or attentiveness. Your attentiveness excited me. سرني. انتباهك سرني. يعرف الصديق بالاختبار. A friend is known by examination or by testing. اختبار الصديق من الحزم. Testing a friend, the friend, is of prudence. Okay. Testing the friend is of prudence or strictness. Al-hazm bimana prudence or being strict. من استمسك بالحق فاز. Whoever holds on to the truth succeeds. Okay. استمسكت بالحق. استمسكت بالحق. I held on to the truth. علمت بنجاحي فاستبشرت. I learned of my success فاستبشرت, and then I got excited, I got happy. استبشر بشيء بمعنى to be happy with that thing. استبشرت بنجاحي. I got excited with my success. قل الحق واستمسك به. Say the truth and hold on to it. استمسك بالحق. Hold on to the truth. لا تيأس واستبشر. Do not lose hope. لا تيأس. Do not lose hope. واستبشر, and be happy or and expect good news. استبشر ولا تيأس. Be hopeful or expect good news, or be excited and don't lose hope. لا شيء كالاستمساك. لا شيء كاستمساك المرء بالحق. لا شيء كاستمساك المرء بالحق. There is nothing like a person holding on to the truth. استمساكك بالحق فضيلة. Your holding on to the truth is a virtue. أعجبني استبشارك. Your excitement has amazed me. أعجبني استبشارك. استبشار, to be excited. Okay. استبشارك أعجبني. Your excitement has amazed me. Okay. Then it says إذا علمت فاعمل بعلمك. If you know, work according to your knowledge. فإذا علمت فاعمل بعلمك. If you know, work with your knowledge. If you know, when you know something, you need to work with it. That is why scholars sometimes, when somebody is trying to play around with them, they will tell you, لِمَ تَعَلَّمْنَا الْعِلْمَ إِذًا. Why did we then learn knowledge if we are supposed to betray the knowledge? We need to stand by our knowledge. Okay. اعمل بعلمك. Work with your knowledge. So when you've learned and you know that the Quran is not supposed to be recited this way, somebody will recite Alhamdulillah. It's not Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin. Somebody will recite Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. You knowing this, you know that this is not how it's supposed to be. Okay, you need to guide, you need to correct, since you now know. اعمل بعلمك. Work with your knowledge. تقبل المعروف واشكر. Accept goodness, accept kindness, washkur, and thank, and be thankful and say thank you. اشكر من صنع المعروف. Thank anyone who does good. Okay. تناسى الشر. Try and forget. تناسى بمعنى, it's not the same as انسى. انسى الشر بمعنى forget evil. تناسى الشر. Try and forget evil. So when somebody does bad to you, it is not that easy to forget, but try and forget the evil. واذكر الخير, and remember the good. اذكر الخير, remember the good. Now, even before we get into it, look at the difference between something like, let me bring you here. La tay as. Look at the hamza is pronounced even when it falls in between a word. But when you look at something like wastabshir, where is the alif? It's not pronounced. It's pronounced as if it's not there. Wastabshir. It's like waw, fatha, and sin. So basically, hamzatul wasl, when it falls in between a word or two words, we jump it. You see, kulil haqqa, from lam of the kul to the lam of the haqq, kulil haqqa, as if the alif here is non-existent. It's like kulil haqqa. Okay, but whereas hamza itself, hamzatul qat'a, we can't jump it. La tay'as wastabshir. Istabshir wala tay'as. The hamza, we can't leave it wherever it comes. Istibsharuka a'jabani. A'jabani. The hamza has to be pronounced. Okay. Jamil. Al-Bahth. He says, إذا تأملت الأمثلة في القسم الأول رأيت أن كل مثال يشتمل على فعل ماض أو أمر أو مصدر وكل واحد من هذه واقع في وسط الكلام ومبدوء بحمزة. Okay, up to this point, let's just complete the paragraph. It says, وإذا قرأت كل مثال رأيت أنك لا تنطق بهذه الحمزة في أثناء القراءة بل تسقطها. You drop it. He said all the examples, they contain فعل ماضي. They all contain فعل ماضي, أمر, and مصدر, verbal noun. All the examples that we have here, they contain these things. Says, and each one of them comes في وسط الكلام, in the middle of a word, ومبدوء بحمزة, and it begins with hamza. وكل واحد من هذه واقع في وسط الكلام ومبدوء بحمزة ومبدوء بحمزة. And all of this, you find them coming like this. انتبهت للدرس, اختبرت صديق, انتبه للدرس. All of them start with alif, 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 alif. Okay, they all start with alif. And then sometimes you also find it coming in between two words. The alif, fa'amal, washkur, wadhkur. The alif is coming in between some words. It says, وإذا قرأت كل مثال رأيت أنك لا تنطق بهذه الحمزة في أثناء القراءة بل تسقطها. And when you read, you realize that this hamza, you don't pronounce it, as I've already indicated. This one without alif on it, you don't pronounce it. When it comes in between wast al-kalam, when it comes in between your speech. تقبل المعروف, you don't pronounce this alif. تقبل المعروف. washkur, you don't pronounce this alif here. Okay, so hamzatul wasl, that is what we call hamzatul wasl. He says, وإذا نظرت إلى أمثلة القسم الثاني رأيت هذه الأفعال وهذه المصادر نفسها في أول كل جملة ورأيت أنك إذا قرأت. So if you look at this chamber also, that is this chamber, you find that the alif is coming in front of every single istabshir, فعل أمر, استمسك فعل أمر, استبشرت فعل ماضي, استمسكت فعل ماضي, اختبار is مصدر, انتباه is مصدر. So that is what he's talking about. They come in front of مصدر, they come in front of فعل أمر, they come in front of فعل ماضي, this alif. It says, وإذا نظرت إلى أمثلة القسم الثاني رأيت هذه الأفعال وهذه المصادر نفسها, same as in the قسم الأول, في أول كل جملة, in front of every sentence. ورأيت أنك إذا قرأتها نطقت بالحمزة ولم تسقطها. You realize that now you pronounce all the hamza. اعمل, أشكر, أذكر. Now the hamza is pronounced, unlike واذكر, واشكر, فاعمل, where you don't pronounce the hamza, where you don't pronounce the alif, as I call it. فهذه الهمزة إذن لا تسقط إلا أو لا تسقط إلا إذا كانت متصلة بشيء. أي هذه الهمزة لا تسقط إلا إذا كان متصلة بشيء، أو هذه الهمزة لا تسقط إلا إذا كانت متصلة بشيء. لا تسقط أي it is not dropped. لا تسقط أي it does not drop. إلا إذا كانت متصلة بشيء, unless when it is connected with something, you don't just find the hamza and drop it on your word. It is only when it comes connected with something or in the middle of a word. So ولهذا تسمى همزة الوصل, and so it is called همزة الوصل. It is called so because when it comes to when you are reading with wasl, you need to continue, connect something, you don't pronounce it. So we call it همزة الوصل. It says وإذا رجعت إلى الأمثلة الستة الأولى رأيت أن الكلمات المبدوءة بهمزة الوصل فيها هي ماضي الخماسي. When you go back to the first 6 examples, you realize that the words that begins with hamza are ماضي الخماسي أو أمره أو مصدره. ماضي الخماسي, you've just seen فعل ثلاثي, and we've just talked about رباعي and all that. So خماسي بمعنى a verb that has 5 letters, like انفعل, افتعل. Every word on those meter is 5 letters. So when you find a verb that is 5 letters, ماضي الخماسي, the past tense of 5-lettered verb, or is amr, or is masdar. Okay, so he's talking about the first 6 examples. That is, we have here this first 6. Okay, so you have intabahta, intabih, intabaha, alif nun tabaha, that is 5. Ikhtabara, 5. Intabaha, 5. Ikhtabara, intibah, all those are 5-lettered verbs. We have their masdar and then we have their past tense. So ماضي الخماسي أو أمره أو مصدره. وإذا تأملت الأمثلة الستة الثانية رأيت أن الكلمات المبدوءة بهمزة الوصل فيها هي ماضي السداسي. سداسي is the 6-lettered verb. وأمره ومصدره, the 6-lettered verb is command form and is verbal noun, is masdar. Okay, that is the second 6 example. We are talking about these verbs. From the number 6 here, we have istamsaka, istamsaka, alif sin ta mim sin kaf. That is 6 letters. Istamsaktu. So istibshar, istabshara, istimsak. That is the masdar. Istabshir, istamsik. That is the amr. Okay, that's why in the nazar إلى الأمثلة الثلاثة الباقية, when you look at the last 3 examples, ترى أن الكلمات المبدوءة بهمزة الوصل فيها هي أمر الثلاثي. So when you look at the last 3, which is this اعمل, أشكر, أذكر, these are 3-lettered verbs. He says that أمر الثلاثي, the command of the 3-lettered verbs. ولو أنك تتبعت أشباه, if you should follow up the likeness of هذه الأفعال, the likeness of these verbs, وهي وهذه المصادر, and these verbal nouns في الكلام العربي, in the Arabic language, لرأيت أن الحمزة في كل ماض خماسي وسداسي وأمرها ومصدرهما تكون همزة وصل دائما. So if you should follow the language of Arabs, you realize that the madi khumasi, the hamza in the 5-lettered verb is past tense, and the sudasi and the 6-lettered verb, the hamza that begins it, and its command, the command form of the two, and their masdar of the two meters, you find the hamza to be hamzatul wasl. That is, it doesn't have alif and it doesn't have hamza written on it. It's alif. So when you take a 5-lettered verb, istafhama, 6-lettered verb, istaghfara, you don't write istaghfara with hamza on top of the alif. Istighfar, istaghfir. Okay. In daraja, okay. In ifta'ala, okay. Ikhtabara, those words, their alif doesn't have hamza on top of it. That's why إذا رجعت إلى أمثلة القسم الثاني, if you should come to the second part, لتتبين نوع حركة همزة الوصل القياسية إذا جاءت في أول الكلام. If you want to check the vowel that the hamzatul wasl should take, okay, what is the haraka? If I have something like alif sin ta ghain fa ra, Should I say ustaghfara, ustaghfir, istaghfir? How should I pronounce? What haraka should I give the alif? Okay. It says إذا جاءت في أول الكلام, when it comes in front of the sentence. رأيت أنها مكسورة في جميع الأفعال. You find that it is having كسرة in all the verbs والمصادر and the verbal nouns إلا في أمر ثلاثي, except in the three-lettered, the command form of the three-lettered verb. الذي قبل آخره ضمة كما في المثالين الآخرين. Okay, so all the همزة الوصل, they take كسرة except in the command form of the three-lettered verb, and that one, the one whose middle is dhamma. Let's see what they mean clearly here. This is a very important thing you should note. Look at the verb amala, amila ya'malu, ya'malu. The ainul fi'l, which is the middle letter, is having fatha. When the middle letter is having fatha and you create the command form, so you say ya'malu, and you want to create the command form, you just take off the ya il mudari'ah and you bring the hamzatul wasl and you give it kasra. So when the ainul fi'l is having fatha or kasra, the alif al wasl that you bring, or the hamzatul wasl that you bring to form the amr, should take kasra. Okay, pick any verb at random. Dhahaba, conjugate it. Yadhabu, take off the yai and bring alif. Give the haraka of the ha, which is the ainul fi'l, to the alif. Give the alif kasra afwan. So when the ainul fi'l is fatha or kasra, the alif of amr would take kasra. So you have idhab. Okay, you have shariba yashrabu, ishrab. Okay, jalasa yajlisu, ijlis. But what if you have a verb that has the ainul fi'l taking dhamma? In that case, you give the dhamma to the alif. Okay, shakara, yashkuru. Okay, you take off the ya, you bring alif, you take the dhamma of the kaf and give it to the alif, and then it becomes ushkur. Zakara yadhkuru, udhkur. Okay, kharaja yahruju, ukhruj. Darasa yadrusu, udrus. So when the middle letter is having dhamma, when you make the command form, the alif, the hamzatul wasl should also take dhamma. Apart from that case, the alif, the hamzatul wasl should take kasra in all cases. That is what they are telling us here. Okay, that is what he's saying. وإذا رجعت إلى أمثلة القسم الثاني لتتبين نوع حركة همزة الوصل القياسية إذا جاءت في أول الكلام رأيت أنها مكسورة في جميع الأفعال والمصادر إلا في أمر ثلاثي الذي قبل آخره ضمة كما في مثالين الأخيرين. The قبل آخره is عين الفعل. بعد هذا لم يبق إلا أن تعرف همزة الماضي الرباعي. Now it is left with the hamza in الرباعي, in الفعل الرباعي. This is very important. Okay, this part is very important. Let's pay special attention to it. So now you know sulasi, you know khumasi, you know sudasi. What is left for us is fi'l ruba'i. Ruba'i, the four-lettered verb. It says بعد هذا لم يبق إلا أن تعرف حمزة الماضي الرباعي. You know, I want to know the hamza in الرباعي. What kind of hamza is it? And it's amr and it's masdar. Okay, so you have a verb like arsala. Arsala is a four-lettered verb. Okay, you have a verb like afhama, ajlasa, akrama. Okay, that hamza there, is it hamzatul wasl or hamzatul qata'? It is hamzatul qata'. So you have arsala, arsil. The command verb form also comes with hamzatul qata'. Arsil. Its masdar is also hamzatul qata'. Irsal. Ajlasa, ajlis, ijlas, or mujalasa. Okay, you have afhama, afhim, ifham. The hamza in the madi of ruba'i is amr and its masdar is hamzatul qata'. So وهذه همزة ينطق بها في درج الكلام. And this hamza, you pronounce it even when you are continuing your talk. It is even when it comes in the middle of words. وتسمى همزة قطع, and it is called همزة قطع. وكل الهمزات التي في أول الأسماء همزات قطع إلا في الأسماء الآتية وهي, and every hamza in front of a noun, a name, is hamzatul qata, except the hamazat in these 10 nouns. So when you know these 10 nouns, you know that apart from them, every noun that begins with hamza is supposed to be hamzatul qata. So you have ibn, okay, ibn, and then you have, is it ibnam here? And then you have ibna, and then you have imru, and then you have imra'a, and then you have ism, then you have ist. Ist, I think, is anus, yeah. And then you have aymun. Aymun is like swearing. Aymullah, like I swear by Allah. Aymunullah is also swearing. Ithnani and isnatani. Okay, so that is the ones that have hamzatul wasl, the nouns that have hamzatul wasl. So you have these 10 nouns. Ibn, son. Ibn is also ibn, the same ibn, but in another language. You know, Arabic, we have lugat tamim, lugat hijaz, lugat kaza. So ibn is also the same son. Ibna, daughter. Imru, a person. Imra'a, a woman. Imru, a man, or imra'a, a woman. Ism, name. Ist, anus. Aymun, that is swearing. Ithnani, Isnani is two, Ithnatani two, feminine. So these nouns, it says وكل الحمزات التي في أول الحروف همزات قطع إلا في al, and all the hamazat in front of huruf, articles, is hamazat qata. They are also hamzatul qata, except in al. You see, al masjid, that alif there, it doesn't have hamza. Okay, so alhamdulillah, with this you can say that you've wrapped your hands around the hamzatul qata wa hamzatul wasl. Okay, al-qawaid, we have hamzatul wasl, hamzatun tuzdadu أو تزاد في أول الكلام كلمة ليتوصل بها إلى النطق بالساكن. So hamzatul wasl, he says hamzatun is a hamza, tuzadu, it is added في أول الكلمة, in the beginning of a word, ليتوصل بها, so that we use it إلى النطق بالساكن, to pronounce sakin, to aid us to pronounce a skun. So you have a word like istaghfara, it is actually seen ta gain like that. Alif is not there, but you can pronounce with a skun in the beginning of Arabic language. So we introduce this hamza لنتوصل بها, أي لنتوصل بها إلى النطق بالساكن, so that we can pronounce the sakin that follows it. So we say istaghfara. وهي تثبت, أيوة, that is the word. وهي تثبت في بدء الكلام, and when you are beginning a word, that is when it is available, you pronounce it. تثبت, it stays when you are pronouncing a word in the beginning of a statement. وتسقط في درجه, and it falls when the word it comes in between two words. وتكون في الماضي الخماسي, and this hamzatul wasl, it comes in the past tense of a 5-lettered verb, 6-lettered verb, dia command form, and dia verbal masdar, dia verbal noun form, وأمرها ومصدرهما وأمر الثلاثي, and also the command form of a 3-lettered verb. Then we come to the last qaida. Hamzatul qat' tasbutu fi bad'il kalam wa darjihi. Hamzatul qat', every time it is pronounced. كهمزة الماضي الرباعي, like the hamza in the past tense of 4-lettered verb, وأمره ومصدره. وهمزات الأسماء, and the hamazat of asma, except the 10 nouns we just seen. والحروف, and huruf, except the al, ما عدا بعض الأسماء وال, except some names that we've just seen, and then al. Okay. This brings us to the end of this lesson. Inshallah, whatever concept you didn't understand here, do well to ask, and we'll do our best to clarify. Inshallah, we are still in the sarfiyat. We are coming to see the aqsam al-mutaaddi. We are going to see al-fi'l al-lazim wal-fi'l al-mutaaddi, another interesting topic, inshallah. So when this one, you understand this one very well, you've gotten the understanding very well, you can start reading in al-fi'l al-lazim والفعل المتعدي before we get into it. So when you've read something about it online or anywhere, when we come like this and we explain things, you would have more questions and you would have more understanding. Inshallah, do not forget to share with friends to also benefit. Okay, if you've not subscribed yet, do well to do that. Then give us a like if you appreciate what we are doing here, and also try to leave a comment, inshallah, as to where we are going wrong, where we are getting it right, inshallah. And then we would try and give you the best as we can. Also, do not forget me in your prayers, inshallah, for Allah to give me the energy and to be able to continue doing this, inshallah. Till we meet again, have a very good Arabic time. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.